Hello and welcome to another update video about the S&P 500. So over the recent 1 or 2 weeks, our expectations have so far played out nicely. I can't remember really what I highlighted to you here in the public videos, but I think we were pretty close to the low here in the last video, and the expectations were for a rally into this resistance area. We do cover the S&P 500 in our stocks and S&P 500 service. There's a daily video update, intraday updates, and we also cover regularly stocks, plus also the NASDAQ from time to time, even though that's not officially included. So, you know, any updates here that happened since the last public video would have been communicated before anyway there. So if there are any changes to the chart, I didn't rewatch the last video, but I'm pretty sure we were somewhere down here and we talked about that there should be a substantial rally, even if just corrective, into this red resistance zone. And that's where we have arrived. What I haven't really expected was that already we would reach this target range after 1 to 2 weeks. I would have expected this to be a several week long process. And I also did not expect it to be that aggressive. So what I initially anticipated was that we would get here an ABC structure, which in the A wave ideally wouldn't have gone beyond the 50% retracement level of the decline. So ideally not beyond 4,350 SPX points, right? But it did. Okay, so that A wave is likely still unfolding. So if we talk about microstructure, this could still be unfolding. Then we get a B wave pullback and a C wave rally. That would be a possibility. But we don't really want to talk so much about the microstructure. What I wanted to make you understand is just the bigger picture, which is so important. There are two wave counts. There's a bullish one and a bearish one. The bearish one is the white wave count that you can see here. And in the white wave count, we have a leading diagonal in a wave 1. So, and that started basically in July. So we have a wave 1 of 1, wave 2 of 1, wave 3 of 1, wave 4 of 1, wave 5 of 1. This wave 5 of 1 was pretty extended, but it reached the ideal target actually. But it was extended for the bullish count, but it was like reaching the normal target in the white wave count, which is the bearish one. So we had a cycle complete in the bearish count, which will, if it plays out, send us down to 3,000 to 3,500 points. Yeah. So basically this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, 3, 4, 5, which is bearish and would lead to a multi-year long bear market most likely. Yeah. This is, you know, not just going down. There will also be long corrective rallies and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be a bit of a disaster. I can tell you that. In the bullish count, which I hope will play out, which would take us to another all-time high, maybe into the region around 5,500 points. The problem with that is, though, that after that, we probably start that bear market, okay? So, yeah, we're basically getting close to the end here of a much longer cycle. Now, if the bullish count, for the bullish count, we can count 3 waves down, okay? So that is because the move down either is a leading diagonal or an ABC structure where the C wave is an ending diagonal. That's just the specifics of this count. You can interpret it as both 5-wave or 3-wave move. The NASDAQ is a little bit clearer. The NASDAQ is most likely a 3-wave move down. But because of this complexity at the moment in the chart, the short-term situation is a bit unclear. Whereas, I shouldn't say that. Really short-term is quite clear, or was quite clear. Now that we've arrived in this target area here, we just need to be watching for the next pullback. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So in the bullish count, we have an A wave down, a B wave, and a C wave down. And this, what I mean, this was quite extended to the downside for the orange bullish count. Didn't invalidate it, but it was quite extended. Okay, so that definitely raises concerns about the white count, which I would like to avoid. But I think we can't fully avoid it. It would just be pushed out if the orange count plays out. Yeah? So it's either bear market now or bear market after another all-time high. Now, looking at this structure then, we said, okay, we have in the orange count a pretty extended move down, and we had the white count basically targets complete. So let's expect a rally in the coming weeks. And that happened, just a little bit more aggressive than initially anticipated. Not in terms of price. I mean, the idea was to get into this region, possibly all the way up to 4,500 points, but not necessarily in one go. I would have liked to see a clearer three-wave structure. So in the white wave count, we're basically dealing here with a structure that, ideally, I mean, is this all of wave two? Unlikely. It's a bit too short in duration, you know. So to make the white bearish count still an option, really a likely option, I'd like to see an ABC structure. So I'm going to watch for a pullback maybe in the next week or coming weeks. So, well, it should happen ideally. Well, not next week, this week now. Obviously, it's already Monday, at least depending, depends on where you live. So the key is if we're now pretty much extended to the upside. So it's a pretty full move to the upside. So any pullback, if the next move down is corrective, yeah. If the next move down is corrective in an ABC structure, then we can expect another rally going forward. Either in the white count, yeah. So I mean, the white count, the bearish one, even if we go above resistance, it will not be invalidated until we break above the July high. Very important. Okay. So, and the bullish count, I mean, the higher we go more directly, the more it will shift probabilities towards the bullish count. But even in the bullish count, at some point, this move up needs to be finished and we get a pullback. And again, if the pullback is corrective, it would set us up for higher. There is only at the moment one movement that would give us a lot of clarity that the bear market is coming, and that would be an impulse down. So if the next pullback or move down is not corrective, but instead impulsive, 5 waves, that would be bad. And then a corrective rally, that would be even worse. And then we have to be on crash alert, basically. Now, the thing is, at the moment, we haven't got a clear top in place here of this move. So once that is the case, I will add a support area here that will be relevant for this corrective pullback that people might want to use for a trade, yeah, for buying, for long trades in the coming weeks. But we haven't got a confirmed top in place yet, so I cannot really give you a support area. Breaking below that support area in 5 waves, as I said, would shift probabilities strongly towards the white wave count, the bearish one. But at the moment, what my expectation would be primarily would be a corrective pullback. That corrective pullback would still keep the door open for the bearish count, but would allow us to do another rally before breaking down. And it would, of course, keep the door open for new all-time highs. So if we want to watch for new all-time highs, we need to be watching the structure of the next pullback. If it's corrective and it's holding a higher low, key support, then we can watch for a rally into 2024. That should give you a lot of information about which levels to watch. Obviously, important is that this move up is nearly finished, should be nearly finished. Watching for a pullback, only if I have a confirmed top in place, I can really add a support area. Yeah, so this will be communicated in my next video, but also obviously on a daily basis in the daily SPX updates. If you're interested, again, check out the link in the video description. But we have exciting times ahead, okay? Very exciting times ahead. It's a very difficult market to analyze. We really have to, it keeps us on our toes. That's typically the situation when we're dealing with a wave 4, potential wave 5 coming, you know. The situation is really one of the most difficult ones I've encountered so far. But hey, you know, the uptrend played out. Now let's see if we get a corrective pullback. That will tell us then a lot about how the SPX is likely going to move into 2024. Okay, that's my update about the SPX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe, and have a great start to the week. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.